Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons, and we see Gulliver up in the corner there. I'm Dear Darling, and let's see what's going on the island of Thorn Hollow today. As we are into the second month of March, we're going to get some of more of the Mario items already. I've seen some very interesting customizations and ideas coming to play with the Animal Crossing on the internet with using these new Mario items, specifically the floating block, brick, and the pipe. But we'll get into that for a bit. We'll get into that in a bit. Hello everyone. Right now in Thorn Hollow, it's 3:26 PM on Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. No news to speak of today, so we'll just keep on going. I've got a Discord message, and that's okay, I'll reply to that later. But yeah, there's actually quite a few interesting things which people have been coming up with using these items, which is like, typical, I suppose, of the Animal Crossing community to be able to do things like that. I don't think I'm going to use any of them in particular, but we'll see. Hey Hero, I got this shirt that I really liked, but it doesn't fit me anymore, so I figured I'd send it your way. The colours are easy in the eyes, nothing too crazy. So try it on, see what you think. Thank you very much, and we'll take all of these blocks, the floating block, exactly one we were talking about. Yeah, the floating block, I suppose we'll start with that as the most interesting one. It's the most practical one, I think. Could almost fit just randomly, but I guess we'll have a look through these items, or give a little bit of a demonstration here. Is that people have been using it to make bridges over land rather than a river. And you might be like, well, how does that work? Well, apparently, these floating blocks, you can just sort of place them down and you can walk underneath them and they just fly in the air like this. So if you have a cliff here and a cliff here, and you can put two floating blocks here, you can make tunnels, and you can make bridges or that sort of thing. Not bridges you can walk up, but still bridges nonetheless. Like I suppose it'd be a better demonstration if we put it here. Honestly, super cool. I hope Nintendo put more things in there, which is not just a floating block. Oh, I think you need like another brick block here. I don't know if we got the brick block. Oh, we got the block. So you do things like this. I mean, you can make like bridges. Not actual usable bridges, but like you can actually at least they kind of look like bridges or tunnels or whatever that aspect is. So hopefully we get more things like this in the future. So you can make archways which don't have to be tiny one block wide, but still. We've got a fire flower here. Looks very plasticky, which is fair enough. Oh, even bobs it a bit when you touch it. That's quite nice. I didn't see if a block makes a noise if you interact with it. No. It does make that boom 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 noise. It's got to make a coin noise. Oh, okay. I was like, what? It used it up forever. That got me. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure what to use it for. But hopefully these would be a precursor to future other items, perhaps inheriting their mechanics, but not necessarily their style. So the coin, maybe for furniture items we can now walk through in the future. Things that make sense to walk through. I know, like tall grass. What about like a veil? Like a doorway veil, that sort of thing, like with beads that you normally hang in doorways. That would be really cool. But alas, for now, we do not have them. Special goods, mountain song. We don't need that. Promotional items. We already got all of that. So what do we got? Up to floating block. So I guess we'll get the goal pole, the large mushroom platform, the pipe, which you actually need two of them to be most useful. The shell, and small mushroom platform. And I don't think we can get this one. Super mushroom. So up to small mush platform. Close out of there. Oh, I don't need to close out of there because we actually need those now. I forgot because it's March. Sorry, it's my little notepad I always have open, reminding me of things to do in Animal Crossing. Alright, we'll get out of there. So that's pretty cool to see the Mario items come to pass. I think I said this before, I'm probably not going to use it to decorate my island because, what can I say? My island's not particularly Mario themed, so it doesn't really fit many of the thematics, or any of the thematics I'm going for. Apart from that tunnel idea is a very nice idea. I'm not sure where to put it though. It feels like it should be a tunnel to a secret area, but the fact that you can't cross over the tunnel makes it a bit impractical in anywhere where there's actual decent foot traffic. So that's sort of like I don't know. Put that in the think tank for a while. Like maybe we can have it going down the side of the island. Have like a secret tunnel. What would I do with it? I don't really know. But it might be interesting. Anyway. What was I going to say? Oh, what was I going to do? I can't remember. I guess we'll go speak to Gulliver, since we need to anyway. Actually, I think I'll sort our flowers out first, and then we'll do the Gulliver business, because Gulliver will require us to do some deep sea diving, which we'll have to do anyway, because we're trying to catch a spider crab. Oh, a lot of purple flowers today. But yeah, what have I been up to today? Just mainly programming. I had a GP appointment, phone appointment, not in person, mind you. That wasn't particularly exciting. I will say something very strange happened, which is, it's going to sound bad, but it's not actually bad, okay? So just a forewarning, I'm not in danger or anything like that. But I got a random phone call, of course, as you might do. And I was like, oh, I don't know this phone number and it's not registered in my phone. So it's probably a spam call or whatever. But, you know, I pick them up anyway, just in case it's something like, oh, this is actually, you know, this is something which is actually relevant to you, but you didn't realise what the phone number was or something like that. So I picked it up and then I listen and I'm like, hello? And then the only thing I hear back is a mildly robotic voice going, you're gonna die. And then it hangs up, and I'm like, what? And at that point, I'm just like, despite the fact that a random phone number just threatened my life, I was just like laughing, being like, what? It's the most like absurd scenario. If it sounds like something you'd see in well, it's something you do see in the start of a horror movie, I suppose, and then that person probably dies in like a few days. But luckily, this person didn't give me a time frame, so I was like, all right, I guess I'm safe. But yeah, obviously, it's not something I took particularly seriously. I was like, what's this weird phone number telling me I'm gonna die? I mean, we're all gonna die one day, isn't it? Like, that's not a surprise to me, I suppose. Not sure it's a surprise to anyone. We can't put a rose there. We can't put a rose here. Can we put a rose here? We can put a rose here. So I sort of just shrugged it off. But then I checked in. I have like a personal Discord, of course, with my friends, and with some stuff going on. And then I was like, oh yeah, I just got this random phone call that said I'm gonna die. So I think you cursed the server or whatever. Now I didn't actually realise at the time I sent that but that actually reads like I'm in danger or something. So obviously some of my friends are just like, what? Wait, are you for real? Are you okay? That sort of thing. Which now I've clarified to them. Don't worry. Now I was like, okay, wait, I didn't mean it like that. I'm pretty sure it's a spam caller. And I did a little bit of research. I like searched it after I got a call. I was like, has anyone else? I was like, I wonder if anyone else got this weird phone call, because I can't imagine there's a spam call strategy going around just threatening people's lives and thinking that's actually going to work. But apparently, from what I can tell, the consensus is it's a very robotic voice going goodbye, because if it doesn't get an answer fast enough, it will just hang up the call on you. So it doesn't get a call. Sorry, so it doesn't get a response. So it just says, so it plays a automated message which ends with goodbye. It's a very low quality voice recording, and through the low quality filtering of the phone and all that, it sounds like you're gonna die. But it's actually saying goodbye. And amusingly enough, I found like an online forum talking about it, being like, hey, I just got a spam call saying I'm gonna die. Anyone else get this? And a lot of other people was like, oh yeah, I think it's a robot caller saying goodbye. And then there was actually a video clip on it, and I played it, and I was like, this just says you're gonna die. But it was like exactly the same one I got. And then I listened to it again, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and force it to say goodbye in my head, and you can make it sound like it's gonna say goodbye. It kind of sounds like it's saying goodbye, but it sounds like there's a bit of like an audio artifact glitch or something as it says it, which makes the goodbye turn to you're gonna die, because the bye and die kind of sound similar in low quality. So that was a very strange sort of it's not start to my day, but just like just a strange thing to happen. Sis, don't worry, it's nothing bad. And as far as I know, I don't have any threats in my life apart from, I don't know, time. But that's kind of a threat on everyone's life, so really nothing to worry about. It's just, and to be honest, I wasn't even worried. I was just like, what a weird spam phone call to get. I was like, man, these spam caller strategies are getting stranger and stranger. But then it's like, I think one of my friends actually got concerned when I told him, and I was like, okay, maybe I should probably take this a bit more seriously. I guess it's because intuitively I'm just like, this is obviously just like not something to take seriously, but like out of context, they don't have intuition because they don't have the context of the phone call and being able to hear it for themselves. So they're just like, oh my god, is Tara okay? Which to reiterate, I'm fine. Don't worry. Unless all the Animal Crossing uploads stop suddenly. Ooh, spooky. No, I'm joking. I shouldn't joke around about that sort of thing. But speaking of that sort of creepy atmosphere, I've been thinking of playing this on Nightmares 2 as maybe one of the playthroughs on this channel. I'm not going to play through Little Nightmares 1, mainly because I've already seen someone play through Little Nightmares 1, so I feel like it's ruined a lot of the surprise on it, and I suppose Little Nightmares 1 is a bit of a past, but Little Nightmares 2 is popping right now. It's doing well, and so much so that even Ali went to me and was like, hey, have you played Little Nightmares 2? And I was like, oh no, I haven't yet, but I've been interested in it. And he was like, oh yeah, because it just seems like your sort of game, doesn't it? And I was like, yeah, you're kind of right, isn't it? So I was like, oh, maybe I should play this. It sounds like an interesting thing. But we have a friend, Rasmus, who absolutely hates spooky games of that sort of thing. Ali asked me, he was like, do you think Rasmus will like this game? And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure he's not going to like it. And Rasmus, confirms he hates it, so Ali bought it for him and said, play for it now. I bought it for you. In classic Ali fashion. Didn't buy it for me. But I guess that's because I don't have very interesting reactions to it. I'll just be like, oh, okay. Which I think is, kind of refreshing when it comes to people playing horror games. It's just, obviously, they're meant to elicit strong reactions of fear and fight, a fight or flight, that sort of response, which is, fair enough, because that's kind of what you do to try and protect yourself in those sort of situations. But I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, but isn't it kind of formulaic how all the playthroughs of that sort of thing goes? So it's like, oh, it's so scary, creeped out, and then jump scare happens, and everyone goes, ah. That's something. I feel like it would be really refreshing to just be like, hey, why don't I play it, and then it'd be like, boo, scary thing happens. I'll be like, oh. Just like that. Or when something creepy comes on screen, I'll be like, oh man, what a cool design for a monster, or something like that, I feel like, just like the subversion of me playing games just tends to be much more mellow compared to the natural hype-up style that people have been going for recently on YouTube, which is popular, for good reason, to be fair, because it's fun to watch. I feel like if I play horror games, I'll just subvert it again and be like, oh, okay. Just very nonplussed by anything. You know what, I'm going to put it down. I'm going to write it down on my list. It's going to be after the game after Spiritfarer, maybe. Or, actually, because it's a sort of puzzly game, it can come after oh. I nearly spoiled the game I was going to play. The game that's coming after Return of the Obra Dinn. Oh no, now you know it starts with a T. I'm going to put that down. Why not? Little Nightmares 2? Question mark. It might be an interesting thing to see. Especially because I feel like my very calm, relaxed, put together sort of playstyle pattern might make it much more easier for people who dislike horror games to watch as well. Because half the battle is, you're going to be spooked by the person who's reacting. Is going to be screaming a lot as well, right? That's kind of spooky, and if they're spooked, you're going to be spooked as well. But if you're watching with someone who's like, oh, yeah, it's fine, it'll be chill, I'm here with you, that sort of thing, is, it's going to feel chill as well. That's my theory. I don't know if it holds any water, to be honest, but I'm going to roll with it. That's actually a good idea, Maybe I'll play for it. Why don't we see now? How much does it cost? This could be what defines my channels in the future, is just really casual, relaxed attitudes to playing horror games. Because I've actually played quite a few horror games. I played a bit of Amnesia. I actually got kind of bored of Amnesia, so I stopped playing it. I played like a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's. I own like all of them from 1 to 5 or something. I think I beat 1 and 2. I can't remember how far I got, if I did or whatever. And I was just like, it's really boring playing by yourself if you're not really reacting. So I played it with like some of my uni friends. That was hilarious. I suppose it's a little bit of Schadenfreude, isn't it? Watching someone else get scared by a game. It's sort of just like, ooh, glad that's not me. Even more so if you can't get that own reaction in yourself. Let's see, Little Nightmares 2. £35? Oh, £25. That's still kind of expensive. But it's got, honestly, extremely well rated. Maybe next time Steam gets a sale, I'll pick it up. Or whatever. Let's see. It depends how long this next game takes, which in theory takes about 7 hours, so that's going to be... Excuse me, 7 weeks. So that's not too long. So there's a lot of Discord messages now that people realise it's not something serious. The message I said, there's a lot of jokes about it. The robots are targeting me first for eventual takeout. Ali says this is why you shouldn't play Funnel Yi in ARAM. Milky's told me I'm gonna die. Oh my god, this is too much back channel chat. But it's pretty funny. Anyway, what's I saying? What a weird conversation topic this has been for this Animal Crossing episode. Very counter to the casual style, I suppose. A laid back, soft style of Animal Crossing is like, oh, you know, here's death threats and all that sort of thing. But I suppose that the telemarketer, like, warbling voice effect is just like one of those auditory hallucinations, you know, like, what's that really famous one? Like, McGruff effect or something? I don't know, there's a nice video on it. Of some guy going like, ba, 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 and then, like, you play a different video but the same sound, and it suddenly sounds like he's going, da, da, da. Or even better, you know that whole Yanni and Laura thing a while back, which was meant to be like that, the dress thing. Oh my gosh, that should probably get its its own video to talk about. I feel like we should not get too off topic. Little Nightmares, that sort of thing. If you don't know what Little Nightmares is, by the way, because you've probably been incredibly confused this whole time, it's very sort of creepy, horror aesthetic platformer. It's sort of like a puzzly-esque platformer. It's not like platformers in like Celeste, Ori, or Hollow Knight. Well, I guess Hollow Knight's more of a Metroidvania side, but it's not like sort of like hardcore platform or anything like that. It's sort of like more story-based. It's got like creepy atmosphere. If you know what Limbo is like, hold on. Watermelon confuses me, man. Why can't we just call it Fruity Foam Melon? It's not fooling anyone. Alright. Actually forgot that we haven't spoken to Pascal in ages. What do you give us? Mermaid flooring. Ooh. Fancy. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, it's a very sort of creepy-esque, oh yeah, if you've heard of Limbo, and its sequel Inside, it's, kind of similar to that sort of thing. Except for, rather than the much more minimalist style that those two have, and with an existential, I think, sort of horror that those two have, Little Nightmare has a much more in-your-face, creepy, like, unsettling vibe. Like, you actually see horrific-looking monsters, kind of like, they give you the same vibe as, like, the Titans from Attack on Titan sort of thing. So, I know a little bit about Little Nightmares too. I don't know a lot, but, you know, I think I will play it. You know, I think this conversation's enlightened me how interesting and amusing it'll be to watch me play it. Especially because Ali's been recommending me games here and then. Like, Hollow Knight was a game that he told me to play like years and years ago, and I only recently started playing it. Obviously a great game. He himself hasn't even beaten it. He's not watching this, but Ali, go beat Hollow Knight already. He said I should do a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge. I said I don't think that would be very interesting, nor would people particularly like that, nor would I really care too much for it. Because especially, I feel like a strong part of Pokemon for me is having a team and like building up that bond with a team. And I suppose, I mean, that's the point of Nuzlocke, is that you don't always have that permanence with a team, and sometimes your team dies and that sort of thing, and tragic stories can come from it and that sort of thing. But it's just like, yeah, that's not really what I play Pokemon for. So I'm not gonna do that probably, unless I don't know, for some like overwhelming majority of people just go like, what? They're playing a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge. I want to see that. I don't think it'll be very interesting. I'm not like, because it's sort of like you got to think about, because obviously if I wanted to play the game, I'd play it, and then if I wanted to record it, that's a whole other thing. Because there's games which are like Think of it like a Punnett square, not Punnett square, like a 2x2 square. Like games I want to play, games I don't want to play, games I think would be cool for me to play, or I should say games I'm interested in playing and games I'm currently not interested in playing. It doesn't mean I don't want to play it. It's just more like I'm not sure if it's the right fit for me, or if me playing it would be a good thing. And then like down the columns you got games which people want to see, or like games which suit my style and games which don't suit my style. So Animal Crossing, game I'm interested in, game suits my style. Very laid back, very casual, very relaxed, that sort of thing. Perfect. How about games I'm not interested in but games which suit my style? That's actually quite a tough one. Witness, maybe? Like, Witness was something I heard about, but I was like, maybe I'll get around to it eventually or something, but I'm not too fussed about it. I'm not in a rush until a lot of people, and I'm not sure if a lot of people were, but I was like, after reading it, I was like, this kind of seems like it's my sort of style, but I was like, it's quite heavy on the exploration, so maybe it's not my sort of thing. And if that's a category yet to be filled, and I haven't really played enough games for that sort of thing. Because actually, I was kind of interested in playing Witness now I think about it. I don't know, what it would have to be a game that's been recommended to me. Like, I don't know, I guess Outer Wilds has been recommended to me a few times, which I'm not sure if it's my sort of thing, but it could end up something that fits me incredibly well. So yeah, what about games which I'm interested in playing, but people aren't interested, doesn't suit my style, aren't interested in me watching? Genshin Impact's probably the biggest one there. It's like, people don't really want to watch me play Genshin Impact. Maybe. I don't know. I might be wrong with that sort of thing, but I was interested in playing it, and I played it and had a good time, but, didn't record it, didn't end up on my YouTube channel. And then, of course, the final thing, I'm not interested in it, and it doesn't suit my style. So that'd be like, I don't know, Call of Duty, I guess. Just, I'm a completely wrong audience for it, and I'm not interested in it. So, it's sort of trying to figure out when something like Pokemon Nuzlocke would even fit in that. In my opinion, it's sort of, currently, I'm not really that interested in it, but I don't know whether it's something which suits my style or not. Pokemon, I guess it kind of does, but it's like, I don't think I bring anything to Pokemon, Obviously, the major thing I bring is I bring a very relaxed, calm way of talking atmosphere to playing games, which, doesn't always translate well to like hype up moments in games, but it translates well to emotional story-based games. Story heavy games. It translates well to actually quite difficult games where you need a lot of perseverance to pull through, because I feel like I can do that quite easily without it becoming frustrating to watch, hopefully. And it translates well to very casual games like Animal Crossing, that sort of chill back, relax, have a good time, that sort of thing, just have a conversation, But I suppose a sub thing I also bring is I feel like I'm pretty good at puzzle games. I'm pretty good at working things out logically, that sort of thing. I feel like I'm one of the less frustrating people, hopefully, to watch try and solve puzzles, because I know that's a big thing with a lot of, especially big YouTubers, is if they're not good at puzzle games, watching them play puzzle games is like, ugh, frustrating, because it's like, come on, how can you not figure this out? It's easy, that sort of thing. I like to think I'm pretty decent, actually, a lot of these puzzle games. Come on, catch it. So, that's something I bring myself to the whole scene. But, Pokemon's not really a puzzle game. I'm not really someone who goes, like, min-maxing. Those sort of, like, RPG style sort of games, I sort of just play what I want, I do it more with the aesthetic and story, rather than necessarily the playing it well. And I feel like Nuzlocke is an additional challenge of requiring a test of skill, which might not necessarily be conducive to my sort of playstyle. But it might be, I don't know. I could be proven wrong, of course, as anyone can be. So it's sort of just like I don't know, where will it end up, that sort of thing. But as of the moment, I've got a long list of other games which I'm currently more interested in, and I think would be more interesting to watch me play, which jumped to 9 in front of Pokemon Nuzlocke. But, Little Nightmares, I think I can work pretty well. It'd be a nice sort of different change of pace, I suppose, to what I have right now, which is very relaxing storybooks style. And who knows, maybe it will actually spook me, and then you'll get to see my frazzled fight and flight response, which might be interesting in its own right, I don't know. But for now, we'll just keep with the chill vibes, that sort of thing, and we'll hopefully, well, we don't need to worry about it for now, because the one after Spiritfarer has already been decided, because this is a game I've been interested in playing for ages. But after that, whichever finishes the first out of that one, or the one following Oberdin. I suppose Little Nightmares could take its place. Hopefully there'll be a sale. I should have picked these games up in Steam sale. I don't know, what was the most recent Steam sale? Was it the New Year sale, maybe? Oh, it was probably the Chinese New Year sale. That wasn't too long ago. I didn't pick anything up. But it's okay, there might be a spring sale, there might be an Easter sale, I don't know. If there's not, then the next one will be the Steam summer sale, which is obviously ages away, but until then, we'll have to... I mean, I've got tons of other games in my Steam library already, which I can play through, so I don't think you need to worry about me running out of games at any soon point. Ooh, a pearl. Would you say it's a dazzling pearl? Or was it shining pearl? No, shining diamond, dazzling pearl, isn't it? Yeah, so that's a whole Little Nightmares conversation? I don't know. What would I even title this? Because I obviously can't title it Death Threat or something. That's just like a horrible thing to title an Animal Crossing video. How about, yeah, because I don't want to give it like a macabre title. If you haven't noticed, all the titles, I tried to keep them themed with the game I'm playing. Oh, we need to actually sell some things. So, Return of the Oberdin, it's all very death themed because it's all a game about identifying deaths. Spiritfarer actually started off with much more death themed titles from what I recall, but as the series gets on longer, it gets harder and harder to keep with the theme, so it's kind of lost it at this point. There's some other ones which had theme titles. What was before Spiritfarer? No, hold on, not before Spiritfarer. Yes, before Spiritfarer? I know some other ones had theme titles, I can't really remember them off the top of my head. But I do try and keep with the theme if I can. But Animal Crossing, I guess, doesn't have a theme. But even still, I'm not particularly convinced I want to name this one Death Threat. It just seems like let's not say that, a foolish decision in the end. I thought to title it Fight or Flight. That's probably a better one. I remember, did I talk about this? We had like a really cool science lesson once. It's the same one I had that story about when I memorized a story of 50 words or whatever. No, I memorized like a 5-minute story that the teacher told us or whatever, where we were doing things like human reactions and stuff like that. So we tested like our reactions, we tested like our memory, things like that. And one of the things we tested was like our fight or flight response. So the teacher just showed us a video and it had a jump scare in it. And I remember just being like, oh. I think this has just been enlightening. That if facing danger, or like staring death in the face, I suppose. Maybe I'm a bit too relaxed about myself. Like my brain hasn't quite, not computed, but realised how dangerous that scenario or situation would be. It's just sort of like, I guess that's a thing which is happening now, I'll be like, haha. I feel like I'm going to be held at gunpoint at some point and I'll just like laugh it off. I think that's perhaps dangerous. It's sort of like a give and take. You want to be serious enough that you take a grave situation seriously, but also, you want to be calm enough that you don't panic or freak out. I've got the staying calm and not freaking out in high pressure situations down now. I just need to take it seriously. But, I don't think that's a fair comparison, because I think it's because a lot of it was, my intuition was, yes! I got a spider crab. Water bugs can rest easy. Oh, there we go. Spider crab got. We've only got one more deep sea creature to catch, and it's a firefly squid, and it's something which you catch at 9 PM. So, so much for that. That's something I'll probably catch off camera. If I do catch it, I'll record a video clip, actually, of it, and I'll show you it in the middle of a video so you don't miss out on anything. Hopefully. Because you can record videos, of course, on the Switch, that sort of thing, and then we'll donate it on camera, on the day. That's such a good idea, I don't know why I didn't think about that. I've got to see how rare a firefly squid is, though. Spider crabs are awesome, but I don't know if you've seen them in real life. I mean, there's something which definitely triggers a fight or flight response in people. Not me, I was just like, wow, this is cool. I've seen them in real life because I went to a Japanese aquarium, Kaiyukan Aquarium in Osaka. But yeah. Because I was wondering, I was like, What are we going to do? What if there's a special dialogue for catching a firefly squid? Hoot hoot. I do so hope to not hyperventilate as I regale you with a spider crab's qualities, but I would be remiss if I did not point out that this, the largest crab on Earth, looks like a giant spider. Arachnophobia aside, this crab is a magnificent creature to be sure. Though they can grow up to 12 feet from claw to claw and weigh up to 40 pounds, they're said to be docile. In fact, these gentle giants love to hide, attaching seaweed and sponges to their shells as camouflage. My feathers, if only I could unsee the spider and the spider crab, I'm sure I'd find it charming as can be. And there you have it. Fascinating stuff, no? That's weird, brothers. That's going to be like the second last thing we ever hear from you. You know, as soon as we get the firefly squid and we donate it, that's it. That's the final Blathers conversation until they finally add, I don't know, gyroids, I guess. That's something you can add to a museum. I really do hope they add something else which you can like display in museums. I feel like there's lots of things which you can do, like, you know, maybe not just like fossils, but it can also be like antiques as well, that sort of thing. But I don't know. We'll see what Nintendo decides. But for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. This is Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, subscription, shares, all greatly appreciated. And as always, I'm not in danger. I feel like I said it so many times, it's giving off the opposite effect now, doesn't it? Okay, well, whatever. What is it? Join Discord, follow me on Twitter down below. I hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.